Hello, I'm Angel. This is my channel, Angel Says Art. I am becoming a full-time artist and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. There you go. Take what you want from that. It's the truth. So this is my journey so far. Yeah, so that was my plan, was to give you like this polished video. And then I said, forget that. I am not going to give you all this polished video, because in my head, that's what I want to do. And that's what I always want to do as an artist. I've struggled so many artistic years with perfection, doubting myself because of my lack of perfection. But that's how I perceived it. I'm a mom and I'm an artist. I very rarely find moments where I'm by myself and I can film. And when the kids are now back at school, I just find myself getting in the studio and creating as much as I can because I'm not being bothered. And then I also want to build this channel. So I'm back and it's much later, but back to what I wanted to say. You know, I am an artist. I have always been an artist. Just to say I am an artist has been so hard for me to say for so long, because there's it's so final, you know. I have to take personal ownership of telling others I am an artist. And I spent so many years not feeling right about saying that. Something called the imposter syndrome, where it's like you feel like an imposter if you say I am an artist. I am almost 40 years old. And I finally realized, after going around and around and around with, I should do this. And I was going to college to study human development. I have a degree actually in early childhood education. Art is my life. Art is who I am inside. And I had to accept that, yeah, I'm crazy and I want to live my dreams. I'm crazy and I'm going to be an artist and I'm going to make a living doing what I love. If I have one regret, it's that I didn't come to this conclusion sooner. Sometimes I do feel sad about that, but I'm not going to stay in that place. You can't stay there. I want to keep growing and moving forward. I took a few classes in college, some art classes, and I took a muraling class, which was awesome. I struggled with needing everything to be perfect. I needed to have the perfect style and the perfect paintings and the perfect everything. I had such a need for perfection. Then I had some spiritual and personal growth a few years back. Once I started to let go of this false idea of perfection, I started to create more. My journey is finding myself as an artist and then moving on to becoming sort of like my own brand and my own business, right? And selling my art. It's not easy. And I think I wanted to make a video because I wasn't seeing anything out there that spoke to me about, you have to find you. You have to find who you are inside. What makes you tick and what is most meaningful to you? And when you do art, what does it mean? And I realized that I was going about this all wrong. Like, I was thinking I was supposed to have some magic was supposed to fall out of the air and I was supposed to know what my style was. I'm just supposed to know that. That magically it was all just going to come together and I was going to post my stuff on social media and then I was going to be totally popular. And I slowly began to realize that you're becoming a business owner. You are becoming a brand on top of being an artist. It's not easy. And if you don't know who the core of yourself is, like, this almost seems impossible. I still had some work I needed to do emotionally. And I've been working on that a lot. And the more I find myself emotionally and healed from some things and some past traumas and all this, I'm kind of like moving things out of the way, making space for this beauty of creativity to come in. I hope that resonates with some of you because it's really what I have found. And then I felt like the world opened up and making art made sense. I was struggling so hard before that. Putting yourself out there as an artist is scary. And for a lot of us, it's something that we can't even imagine doing. If we even think about it, it's so terrifying. We start thinking, what if they don't like me? What if they don't like my artwork? What if they don't like what I'm doing? What if they don't like what I'm about? There's no way they're going to like this. And then if you've had any naysayers in your life to add to that sort of voice, then it's even worse. I had to ask myself why did I feel like art just couldn't be what it was in my life? Why couldn't I just chase my dream? What was so scary about that? Was it the failure? Was it the being told no all the time? Like, I don't like your stuff. I don't like you. I have anxiety. So being a person with anxiety kind of just magnifies. Whoa. Oh. Yes, I'm back again. So being a person with anxiety definitely magnifies the already worry and fear that you have about what you're producing or what you're putting out there. So I'm actually a really outgoing person. This is not something that's been transpiring for like these past couple of months. This is something I've been working towards for years. And I want to make sure that I emphasize that. Because again, I watch a lot of art channels on YouTube, and I have some amazing artists that I really like following and watching. I must say that I haven't heard a whole lot though about the emotional connection that we have to our art and who we are. And as we heal and go through things, our art just like even it opens up even more. In my 20s, I used to suffer with what seemed like forever artist block. I would do a painting and I would be doing it for like 3 years. It was ridiculous. I was always struggling to be motivated. I was always struggling with inspiration. I just never felt creative for like a long period of time. But once I started unblocking me, I became a much better artist, but I was just so much more emotionally available to me that the creativity started pouring out of me. You can so be self-made. You can so make something of yourself. I hope that this can help someone who may be really struggling internally with being an artist. It's so emotional to be an artist. But they say all artists are emotional, whether you're talking about dancers, actors, we lead with our emotions first. It's a very vulnerable place to be in. Once you do it, you've set the ball in motion, and I think that's what's hard. I think that's what keeps people back from chasing their dreams. Or like not even chasing them, but accomplishing them, right? Like taking it from a dream to like action. That's one of the hardest parts. And I'm a motivated person. Like I'm organized and motivated, and I struggle with that. I know this is a lot. Oh God. I hope somebody out there in the YouTube universe can identify with what I'm talking about. When it's all said and done, I think the one thing that the takeaway from all of this is that it takes time to develop. This is not going to happen overnight. It takes lots of patience and a lot of being nice to yourself and kind to yourself. It takes a lot of showing up and keeping yourself accountable. Dream as big as you can. Putting yourself out there on social media, just putting that drawing or that painting out there and starting there and seeing how it feels. Good luck. Thanks for tuning in and talking with me. Peace.
Ow.